Hey there, Sagittarius, Sagittarius Rising, and all of you Sagittarius Moon people out there. This is your monthly tarot forecast for September 2021. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there that I am not appearing in these videos because there's a lot of cards here and a lot of people like to see the cards, and I don't want to smash them up on one side of the screen because there's so many cards. We're doing a very extra Celtic cross. However, you can see me on all my other videos. If you are watching your rising sign forecast, remember that your rising sign is giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign forecast shows up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that is going to be giving you the less prominent side story or B story that is playing out this month as well. Still significant, but just in a less prominent way. And the way we're going to be looking at this extra Celtic cross is we're going to start on the left-hand column and do an appraisal of the month, start to finish. And then we are going to look at money messages, challenges, and love on the right-hand column. And then we're going to go into the story of September with the cross proper. So looking at where you are this month, your journey this month, and how it relates to the external, we have the Seven of Cups upright and the Eight of Wands reversed. And this month, you are going to be pressed to open up options for your life direction that maybe you had not anticipated needing to do. In recent history. The Seven of Cups is opening up a lot of roads for you to explore that are pulling you away from a linear road or singularity that you have been maybe focusing on or aiming towards this last few months or this last few years. This could be showing up in your job, your living situation, your social life, even your spiritual practice. But what's happening here is that the world is opening up so that you can see where you might not be aiming for the best you can do. Now, this isn't necessarily a judgment, but we are opening up our minds here because you are also being shown with the Eight of Wands reversed where something we have been aiming towards specifically in that linear singularity, in that linear straight and narrow path, is not actually going to be all we thought it was cracked up to be, or it may be veering off course, or it may not actually be realizable in, let's just say, an acceptable amount of time. This could have to do with maybe a job track or an education plan, a travel plan. But what's happening with the Eight of Wands reversed is that we are actually being shown where there is a bit of a traffic jam or a delay. And so our road is opening up to a lot of different paths that will assist us with either reaching our goals a lot more expediently, or we may be finding out that the goal we wanted really isn't who we are, and we actually find the one that is after all. As we get on to the hopes and fears category, or as I like to call it, the primary concerns or the bottom line, you have the Eight of Cups upright. And this whole month is all about letting yourself actually get on to a completely new life path that is going to suddenly enhance and expand all other areas of your life at once. This can be a bit of a scary prospect to look at, Sagittarius, because we are transitioning essentially from something that we've been known for, or from a lot of things that ultimately are done that we don't feel done with. The Eight of Cups could be indicating here, yes, very much like that Seven of Cups, there are a lot of calls to action coming to you to entertain new prospects, new offers, new proposals, and new directions that pull you away from things that you have felt at home with, or you have just become accustomed to, that are no longer serving in any way, shape, or form. This could literally be taking a lot of you, in a lot of travel directions, or maybe opening up the world to you in that respect. Or this could be you needing to pay attention to where we have to leave certain tracks, certain crowds, certain belief systems, and really allow ourselves to come in to alignment with what these gifts and these bounties are. Because the Eight of Cups is always about moving on to bigger and better things, superior opportunities, even ones we hadn't counted on. But the challenge is that If we are attached to staying committed to something or stuck to something, it could be hard to dislodge ourselves emotionally, psychologically, maybe not necessarily practically, and we'll get to that in a second, but allow yourself to entertain what you've not been looking at before. As we move on to the culmination of the month, what we're wrapping up as we go into October, you have the Three of Cups reversed. And I am seeing, yes, there could be a bit of a social shift, a bit of a cultural shift this month as well. Taking our leave of certain friendships or certain groups or even entire communities that ultimately either no longer serve, or they're just not, we're just not going in the same direction anymore. Some of the things that are going on with you may actually prompt you to take a step back from friendships or from associations that keep trying to repeat the past over and over and over again. Maybe you are growing out of them. Maybe you are going onward and upward, and it's just not their time. With the Three of Cups reversed, however, it could also be that you are making room for closer one-on-one connections, ones that know who they are, they're conscious, they're awake, they have depth, and we're not really going to be scattering our energies in circles and spaces, personal and professional, that ultimately do not get there. I do think, though, with the Three of Cups reversed, there could be some ripples or some rifts that show up as well, because you may also be finding that this month, a lot of things that maybe you thought were your friend or thought were friendly to you or helping you were actually hurting you. And this can show up in a number of different ways. Could be things that maybe you thought people, had your back with and they don't, and you're taking your leave in that respect, right? Moving on from that disappointment. Or with the Three of Cups reversed, you have realized where home is for yourself and it's not where you've been. But it doesn't have to be a sad thing. It's something that actually can be very liberating and very inspiring. We just have to look at things with objectivity, practice acceptance and non-attachment, and allow ourselves to flow in those directions. As we get on to your material shifts, when it comes to your work, your job, your finances, you have the Star reversed. And with the Star card reversed, it does look like a lot of you are able to lock in some kind of new professional or financial commitment that is going to provide you a great deal of not only security, but it's actually going to set you up with that secured new life path, new life direction for you and anyone else closely involved. It may not be something that we can immediately embark upon right away. We might not have it all in hand this month because the Star card is reversed. So this may be something we get reserved, we get secured, but we may not have it until we get into October or maybe the end of September. But with the Star card reversed, you are still able to at least enjoy a great deal of the benefits from this, whether it's a new job, maybe you're starting to, get to use the benefits at that job, or if it's a new position, a new role, you might already start getting to enjoy the pay, the salary. If you are locking in a lease or a new home or a sale, even if it's not complete, we're able to at least start making some bigger changes in other areas of our life because we've hit that no going back point. We have locked it in. It's secure, done deal. As we get on to the community card, friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Ace of Swords upright. And it looks like you are actually having some kind of assistance come your way where a friend or somebody close to you is helping you to clear some kind of block in your own path by helping to redirect you onto something that is a surefire road to another goal or another aspiration that you have. So this could be, one of the cups of the Seven of Cups being handed to you by a friend. The Ace of Swords is indicating that this could be something where a person is helping you where you have not had a lot of help in the past. Somebody who is maybe putting a good word in for you, or you may be finding out that This person's level of expertise in something that you're dealing with helps you to circumvent some kind of problem you thought you would have to face. But with the Ace of Swords, what's happening here is that this person's helping you take care of business. And with all of that being cleared, we have the green light to go ahead with a different kind of adventure with this person. In fact, they may be actually putting something forward for you that's going to speed up developments in one of these big shifts you're going through, and making it all the more secure, making it all the more safe. As we get on to your challenge this month, you do have the Two of Swords reversed. And I'm being shown that you do have a challenge around really rethinking your idea or maybe a value system around commitment. And there could be some things that maybe it's not necessarily yours, maybe it's something you're bound up with another person or a group or a team, a family situation, or again, a crew. But the Two of Swords reverse is indicating that staying with something just because you've gotten accustomed to it, as we've spoke about before, or remaining loyal or remaining devoted, even though it's not serving you, and even though it's not serving the others in that situation, may be something that you're compelled to do. But remember, compulsion is not intention. And maybe it's time to pay attention to the things that we remain loyal to or remain steadfast with that actually are not serving. Where do we let our energy and our availability be spoken for? By that which we want to stay loyal to or stay attached to, and it does not serve, right? Is it making you afraid to accept a transfer because you don't want to disappoint a boss? Is it making you afraid to maybe start a new relationship because it'll make a friend jealous? Is it making you afraid to change your own future career plans or your spirituality because you're worried how it's going to affect your partner? Where could there be a consequence for turning loyalty and devotion into enslavement? And where can we change that within you, Sagittarius? Because I am seeing this as mostly you. If it's not happening to you, it could be somebody projecting those expectations onto you, and therefore you might think you have to do something to make other people happy, or you have to go through with something you don't want to do anymore because another person's expecting it. Where are you doing things because you think you have to for somebody else that you don't? As we get on to your relationships with love and romance and partnerships, we do have the Four of Cups upright. And it does look like a lot of you Sagittarius people are going to need to pay attention to where we've stayed too long in a certain phase or a certain stage in our relationship, and it's time for us to shake things up. And it may become apparent a little bit. I'm not saying do anything crazy. We're talking about a month-long reading here, and you know, I'm not going to pretend I'm giving you an individual reading like some mall kiosk MLM love tarot reader, but it's about getting yourself to understand, or the relationship to understand, that we have to change our modus operandi as a unit. Because there are some blessings in disguise that we are missing. There are some opportunities coming that we're not taking seriously enough because we may be, repeating too much of the same story, too much of the same routine over and over and over again. And it could be, and it looks to me like it takes, more than one person to do this dance. So I'm not going to say that it's all your partner or all you. But with the Four of Cups, there may be some things coming up here that we have dismissed, we didn't think were for us, or we didn't allow ourselves to consider doing for ourselves, each other, or our family, that could actually be really, really advantageous to the household or to the relationship. And you know what? It's time to evolve into something new anyway. For those of you who are currently single or available to somebody new, you are most likely going to, have an opportunity to engage in a relationship opportunity or a love opportunity, a dating opportunity with somebody that has maybe shown up on your radar a couple of times, whether this is somebody, in your neighborhood or your job or among your social groups or social connections, but it's almost like they're kind of on the radar and off the radar, on the radar, off the radar. And the cards are basically indicating that this could be something that you get a chance to explore if you're okay with the fact that this person is not going to be going out of their way to make a huge impression. I think the chemistry is there, but you know what? We'll have to take things one day at a time. With the Four of Cups, remember, it's not about flashing neon lights and hard sells. It's not about, that kind of energy drain and exchange. This is about, being able to try something different, shake something up, explore a chemistry that's kind of, again, it's on again, it's off again. Not an on again, off again relationship, just on and off the radar. And it may actually take you out of your element a little bit. Maybe somebody that you're not normally attracted to. Maybe somebody that is of a type that you've not explored before. It may even just be a situation where you feel it one day, you don't the next, but this could be worth exploring. As we get on to your story of September, you have the Fool card reversed crossed with the World card reversed in the beginning of the month. And so the Fool card reversed crossed the World card reversed. It's all about do-overs. It's all about correcting missteps, maybe things that we did or maybe things that we didn't do that we are getting a chance to correct. Because the World card reversed is all about do-overs. It's all about giving something another try, giving something another look over that we did not actually see or understand the value of before. Maybe we dismissed it prematurely, or this was something that we only went halfway with. But with the Fool card reversed, we're getting a chance to maybe correct whatever went wrong there, whether it was something that happened on the external, whether it was something somebody else did, a call somebody else made, or a call you made, is immaterial. Because the Fool reversed and the World card reversed are saying, hey, hold on a second. What have you maybe not given an opportunity to fully realize itself or manifest in your life that maybe is a deviation from your norm or how you see yourself for however long that actually is a better fit than you think. This could, yes, be that job opportunity we talked about with the Star card reversed, or the hidden love opportunity for you single Sagittarius people, or an unexpected travel direction you could go in, or maybe something new that you could try on for your household. This is the month to retrace a few steps. And what brings this about is the Page of Swords reversed. Interestingly enough, we are correcting some bad math that may have happened, whether it's bad math in an assessment that we got, maybe, and this would be something that possibly occurs at the end of August, or maybe some bad calculations that we've made that are showing something to be a better fit than we thought, or more viable than we initially thought. The Page of Swords reverse could indicate here that you could also find that something that you had maybe believed based on hearsay, whether it was, through the grapevine or something that you heard on the news or something that has kind of gone through the office or a click or whatever, turns out to be not true. And you have to reinvestigate this because there could be something very important and very precious getting misunderstood or missed out on. As far as what is going away this month, you do have the Five of Wands upright. And interestingly enough, I see this as you, Sagittarius. I see you letting go of fighting with yourself, fighting with your own needs, fighting and competing with your own desires and your own intentions. You are no longer in a space where you have to find a way to make sure everything is able to work all at once for everyone and then yourself. With the Five of Wands going away, yeah, you are simplifying your life a bit. You are narrowing down your options a bit, but that's only after you've entertained new ones. The Five of Wands going away is showing me the end of an inner conflict, possibly a conflict between two or more aspects of yourself. One wants to go this way and do this job, or one wants to go this way and be with this person, or one wants to go this way and live in this place. And I think that inner quarrel and that inner storm is going to calm. As we get on to the latter half of the month, the back half of the month, we have the Nine of Cups upright and the Ten of Cups reversed. And with the Nine of Cups upright, I am seeing about halfway through the month, a major wish is going to be granted here. Something that we are, hopefully you're doing the work, right? Watching a reading does not count as doing the work, by the way. Something that you are achieving through all of the explorations we just talked about is actually going to be granting a personal wish, a personal desire, something that you had been denied the opportunity to, whether it was explore and experiment with or have and keep. That will be something that you are able to finally start building, establishing, and working with this month. The Nine of Cups could be granting a deeply personal wish from a very, very young age, or it could be sating a need or a desire that you have not been able to actually sate or nourish in a very, very long time. This could be also maybe the result of this connection to this Ace of Swords friend, or maybe even something coming from the big boost that we're seeing in your economics area with the Star card reversed. As we move on to the rest of the latter half of the month, so again, still the back half of the month, we've got the Ten of Cups reversed. And there are going to be some veils that have to come down, especially around situations that maybe, you know, people have been pretending to be who they are not or what they are not, or happy with what they are not happy with, or maybe even pretending to be good for, qualified for, or eligible to do that they are not. And these veils coming down could create some ripple effects, right? We saw with the Three of Cups reversed that there's going to be a fair amount of social and cultural woo going on at the end of the month. This could be, you know, a mask off kind of moment with a friend or a relative or a coworker. This could be a front coming down. I've been telling everyone Neptune retrograde is not being very supportive of fronts, fakers, and masks, melting them on the spot. And so you could be witness to this. This is also a time where maybe some old stories are getting fleshed out, and your impressions of certain people or your impressions of your bonds with those people go through, you know, a pretty big shift. But with the Ten of Cups reversed, the Nine of Cups upright, what's happening in the back half of the month is that you're getting a chance to live life on your own terms anyway. And maybe it's letting go of the impressions you used to hold and accepting the disillusionment that comes that allows you to have those wishes and move on. And so that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it, Sagittarius. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. Should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.